Building relationships with people and using myself, using my own kind of character, my own personality is something that I've learned to do recently. I came from a place originally of being quite a boundaried professional. I was uncomfortable with sharing my own story and sharing my own experience and my own difficulties of mental health. And through being involved in peer support, I've become more comfortable with sharing my own experience and sharing who I am. So a lot of my work has been around developing peer support networks. What we found to be really effective is that when people work together, when people have a safe space to share their experiences and share their resources, people learn a great deal from each other. What I hope I've done is given people an opportunity to see their own abilities. Rather than me being the expert, I really hope that what I've done is allow people to see their own skills and abilities and go ahead and use those.
Pete's different mainly because he comes across as being a human, but it's all down to Pete that my recovery has been made possible. And it's a bit of a cliche that I wouldn't be here, but it's true. It's true because he saw in me what I didn't see. It kind of hit home that, you know, somebody's actually looking at me for who I am and not for what I appear to be. So yeah, he's impacted a lot.
I've written some booklets that are aimed at children that have cardiac devices, implanted pacemakers and loop recorders. All literature that is given out is given to inform the parents, but there was nothing out there that the children could relate to. It was to make the experience of children and young teenagers better for when they come to clinic, so that they could see what would happen on their first appointment after having a device implanted, to make it less scary for them. The booklets are also something that they can take in school so that their peers and teachers can understand that having a device in isn't something that would make them be handled with kid gloves. It's, you know, they should still be able to get on with life, and it was to give everybody a bit more information. Children have told us that they read them on a night, that it's one of their favourite books to read from the younger end. The reason I'm really passionate about this idea is because the last thing a child, teenager or a young adult, anybody needs to feel is different. They need to know that actually they're not that much different from their friends.
I think the NHS, more and more so as time goes on, is about partnerships, and the most essential partnership is the partnership with members of the public and people with personal experience. So it's absolutely vital for the NHS to involve people at as high a level as possible in sharing the critical insight and wisdom that you sometimes lose when you work within the NHS. So Together We Can, it is a partnership between the decision makers and the commissioners at citywide in mental health supporting Leeds and the people with experience of accessing or trying to access those services. A key part of my role then is trying to create the cultural common ground that allows those sort of partnerships to thrive. And so while I do support a couple of representatives from the Together We Can network to attend a quarterly partnership board, a lot of the work is about trying to sort of pull some of that power out of the boardroom, getting decision makers out to meet groups face to face, to speak to people in depth about the experiences that they have of accessing mental health support.
Well, I have taken the initiative to start a very unique sexual health service for the Asian Muslim women, because over the years I recognize that the women particularly from this particular ethnic group do not attend this service. So this service provides women-to-women service to them, and they have the facility to speak their own language, which actually takes that barrier away as well when they can have language difficulties. And they can, come and see freely and discuss all their confidential matters here.
तो शमी, welcome to आप हमारे चांदी क्लिनिक में आई हैं आज. तो आप बताएं.
There is a huge cultural taboo associated with this topic in this particular group, because sex is taken as a very confidential issue between husband and wife. So the people will not, speak about the sex at all. So this was very important to encourage them and to take that as a normal aspect of their health and come forward and discuss their problems as they will do for any other part of the body. We started Chandni Clinic in July last year. When we started this service, there were only 46 or 45 patients who were attending this clinic. But when I have looked at the data now after 1 year time, the number has increased up to about 500 patients in 1 year time, which is a huge increase in number of patients.